Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the happy hour. And hey, it's just the three of us today, but still, we can find us some nice winners here on today's card. Let's just get to it like we always do. We'll have to say hello to the Cappers, see how they're doing today, how their Thursday's going. And then we'll get right to it. We'll get some winners deep into the NBA. Some nice slate of NHL action going here. Now that we've got some a little more news here on who's going in the NHL, starting goalie wise, from what we had this morning, man, it was like 3 goalies out of 10 had been confirmed. Definitely have a lot more now, so that's good to see. All right, let's get to it. Ramon, we'll kick off with Ron. How you doing today, Ron?
I'm good. It's a great Thursday. Yeah, yesterday. High tide. We pulled that Alabama. Some guy can't dunk. He's 6'10". He should have laid it right in there, but we got lucky on Alabama there. So that was nice. My best bet last night. But 2-4, rough night. Thank you, C.J. McCollum. You did not have to hit a 3, and Sidney Crosby wins in overtime. So there's a couple losses right there. We'll get them back tonight.
Right, good old Sidney. Utah was up 2-1 in the third. Had it.
Yeah, we had it.
Definitely had it there.
We'll bounce back tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got me there too. So had Utah in that one. But I had the Canucks as my play of the day as the sniper play. So we hit that one. Good job for the Canucks. Back to Canuck dancing. It's been rare this season that I've been doing any Canuck dancing. But when I do, I've been finding those spots. So how about you, Ramon? How did you do yesterday? And how are you doing today?
Yeah, Rod, NBA and NHL were kind of the spots for me yesterday. Finished with some wins in the NBA with the Pacers yesterday, and also the Pelicans got there by hook or by crook, I guess, when you got a half a point victory. And also I won my play of the day in the NHL with the Panthers and the Kings under. And you know why, Rod? Because the Kings can't score anymore. Woo!
Look at that gauntlet of a schedule they've been going through.
Oh, yeah.
They went through the big giant, 6 on the road, popped back home for a couple, and then boom, back out to an East Coast a road trip.
And the East is always a little bit of a burden.
It is
that Grammy road trip going on right now for the Lakers and the Kings. So yeah,
right.
Every year, like clockwork.
So speaking of the Lakers on that road trip into Washington, are these Lakers tonight? Well, so we'll head right into the NBA action. We'll split up. We'll do 3, and then we'll do 2. We'll split it up. It's just the 3 of us. We'll do 2 at 7 o'clock, and then we'll do the 3 later games. So we'll kick it off with Atlanta heading into Cleveland. Cavs favored up to 10.5 in spots now. Lakers heading into Washington. Lakers up to 9 favored now in that matchup. Total 223 there. Lakers Washington total up to 240 in Atlanta. What do you think there in those 2 games, Ron?
Well, I talked about it last night. Washington's either going to win straight up or they're going to get blown out. Well, they got blown out last night. I'm going to take them to win straight up. Let's get them. Let's get them tonight. Get them Washington Wizards on the money line. Take them plus the 8. Take the money line. I think they win outright. Atlanta and Cleveland. Man, Cleveland's been begging for this spot. They have been owned by Atlanta this year. Well, guess what? Atlanta's going to get crushed tonight. That's a revenge spot for Cleveland. Take the Cavaliers.
And what do you think of those 2 there, Ramon?
Yeah, unfortunately, what Ron was saying about the Lakers may be come to fruition. The Lakers just 2-8 as the favorites without AD in the last 10. But I will go over there. I think the name of the game changes. The complexion of the game changes with the Lakers and the Wizards tonight without AD. LeBron has that usual tag, right? But this might be a rest spot. We haven't found out yet, but I'm not banking on that. But I'm going to take the over still. The numbers come down here by about a point, and I think that's going the wrong direction, Rod. I'm going to go over tonight at 240. At 223.5 in the Lakers and Wizards.
For what with Ron, I like the Wizards plus the 9 there in that one. I just don't trust the Lakers laying 9 without AD there on the road. Tough task. They might win the game, but not by 9. So give me the Wizards there in that one. I think some of the young guys on the Wizards will step up there in that spot. Keep it close. And then the Cavs in Atlanta. That's why you look at one of those ones. The 240 looks like we're going to end up with a track meet going there in that matchup. like we've seen the last time these two teams met earlier back November 27th, it was 135-124 win for the Atlanta Hawks, and that was so, you know what, at 240.5, I think we do get a track meet in that matchup. I like the over. I think we get well into the 240s like we did last time in what's going to be a good game. Definitely might tune into that one and watch that one early on the hardwood. Definitely going to see some offense. Not a lot of defense played there in that matchup.
Might get Garland back too.
Yes, he's still game time decision. Let's look at that. Give me a second. We'll look at the last three.
Yeah.
Still questionable or expected.
Yeah, so was expected. Trae Young expected good game time decision too. So, yeah.
All right, heading on to the last three, we got Minnesota taking on Utah. We got Minnesota laying 6 in that matchup. We got Houston heading into Memphis. Memphis laying 5, and we got the Magic heading into Portland. Magic, it's been up and down. I've seen 5s. I've seen sitting at 5.5 there in that one. 212.5, pretty much sit at 212 all day there in that matchup. We'll head on over to Ron to kick it off.
Yeah, let's look at the Houston Rockets and Memphis Grizzlies. You know, Houston has won all 3 matchups this year, but I think this might be a Grizzlies spot at home. They just got blown out by the Knicks, gave up 140 points. They're back home. They've had a lot of rest. I'm going to lean to the Memphis Grizzlies in this one.
And heading on over to Ramon. What do you think there, Ramon?
Gosh, I kind of want to ride with Ron. I mean, I know we don't know the status of John Moran. I think he might actually make the lineup. The line really hasn't shifted there to indicate from we already knew, right? The line was 4.5 or 5. Let me pivot on this one, Rod, since Ron gave a great analysis of that. I'll look to the game with Portland and Orlando tonight. I think we're looking at 2 teams that have kind of been going under here of late, and their series history is a little bit under. They only play a couple times a year, but 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone under. That line's a little bit on the move, and man, I've seen a lot of these Orlando games just landing short of 210, it seems like, for the last month or so. So let me try the under with Orlando and Portland tonight. Portland's looking pretty good for that young lineup, covering some numbers, but I'll just try the under. Man, Orlando's looking so steady here, even with all the injuries they've had in and out.
For me, the problem there with Orlando is their defense.
Okay.
Or the Magic was known for their defense. Not over their last 5. They're giving up well over 50% field goal shooting over their last 5 games for me. So I got to go opposite that one. I like the over 212 in that matchup. Just as you said, this Portland team's starting to shoot the ball. They're the one that's actually playing the better defense over the last 5 games when you dig in and really look at the numbers. The Blazers have stepped up defensively between those two. But you got to remember, Magic haven't been fully healthy. It's taken them a few games to get things rolling. But I like the over 212 in that matchup. And it is we're still big news on that one. Grant still game time decision there, and Suggs game time decision for Orlando. It looks like Harris is most likely to play there. He was a game time decision this morning, but he's been upgraded to most likely. Morant. We did see Morant at the shoot-around. He's still listed as game time decision, and so is Sengun of Houston, and so is Adams game time decision for the Rockets in that one. And the Timberwolves, we got Connolly still game time decision there. The Lakers, we got Hachimura. Looks like he's most likely to play. Finney-Smith game time decision. James game time decision. Vincent game time decision there in that one. And we already knew that Davis was out for the Lakers, so we might even shock some people if LeBron sits. Imagine it's up at 9. It's like I don't know. That's just a crazy line. Gotta take the Wizards there. And looking at the Cavs, we still no LeVert, no Okuru, Merrill game time decision there. We got Allen, Mobley, Strus, Mitchell, and Garland is in that one for the Cavs in that matchup. Trae Young most likely he's. I say he plays in that one. I think you're just the Hawks going to be without Bogdanovich and Capella in those matchups. And the other one I got to agree with the Memphis Smash Spot. We've seen with no Sengun, no Adams. That might be tough for the Rockets there in that one. I just look at the gauntlet of teams they've just went through and played some solid basketball. They just beat the Cavs twice. And then they went and beat Boston, and then they went to Atlanta and beat Atlanta. So on a nice little run, have been this Rockets, and now you're facing a Memphis team that you beat, as Ron alluded to, a few times already this season.
3 times they beat them.
Yeah,
triple
right?
revenge for Memphis. Yeah.
So then I looked at things, and you know what I like in this spot? I do like the Rockets in the first half. In this spot, they're actually 8-0 on the road here in the first half. Are the Rockets, and then you look at this Memphis team off of a road loss where they got whooped. They got whooped this in New York. Did Memphis coming into this game by 20 plus in that game? They're 9-1 following a road loss. Are these Memphis Grizzlies? So huge bounce back spot. And then also off a 20-point blowout loss this season. Grizzlies are also 2-0 ATS in this spot as well. So I agree. I love the smash spot. I extended the number up to -9.5 there, and that one plus 170.
Ooh,
I think the Grizzlies win by 10 plus. I'm going to take a big shot there at a nice plus money price. Okay. All right, let's wraps up the NBA. Let's head on over to the college hoops slate of action. Well, there's a few games in there I like, a few games that are like, it's some of them off the board ones where it's like, I'm not, I wouldn't even know where to find to tune in. Is that game streamable? Not
ESPN Plus.
No, ESPN not available up here in Canada. I wish it was, but it's
yeah.
They say it is not. So what we're gonna do is look at these college slate of action. We'll do all the way from the 6 p.m. Eastern games, and we'll do. Let's see. We'll stop at the 7:30.
All right.
Right. We'll go all the way up to the 7:30. That sounds good. We'll do everything before 7:30. Northern Kentucky, Detroit Mercer, Coastal Carolina, James Madison. We got Lemoyne taking on FDU, William Mary taking on Campbell. We got Central Connecticut State taking on LIU, Wagner taking on Stonehill. We got St. Francis, Pennsylvania taking on Mercyhurst. The Lakers are in action, double Lakers. I can't do it. I can't even buy myself a double Lakers parlay there in that one. Georgia Southern taking on Troy, FIU taking on Jacksonville State. EUPU taking on Robert Morris in action in that one. Green Bay taking on Oakland. UNC Wilmington taking on North Carolina A&T. UMass Lowell taking on NJIT. Hofstra taking on Elon. Drexel taking on Monmouth. Bryant taking on UMBC. Good one, I think. This is going to be a great game. Towson taking on the Blue Hens of Delaware. Ohio State heading into Penn State. Wright State taking on Youngstown State and the Penguins. The Penguins in action in that matchup. Vermont taking on Binghamton, and then we got New Hampshire taking on Maine. Stony Brook taking on Charleston. I'll head on over to Ron. What do you think there in that slate of college basketball action?
Yeah, looking at that matchup, give me College of Charleston. I don't know how, honestly, Stony Brook's going to keep up or even score in this one. They can't. They give up the defensive end. They can't score on the offensive end. So give me College of Charleston. I think it's a -16 right now. Moving on, give me Wright State. Wright State kind of reminds me of Alabama last night. Just too much offense, better team on the road, getting points. I like Wright State in that one. And, Green Bay, Oakland, I'll pass on that one. We'll just move right past that one really quick. And I'm going to go to Bryant. Give me Bryant Bulldogs laying 5 on the road. I like their rebounding edge, their defense, and I think they can stifle Baltimore County there.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think there in that slate of college basketball action?
Yeah, I'll roll with a couple here in the group, Rod. William and Mary and Campbell, William and Mary sits atop the standings right now, but they played the easiest schedule in the conference so far. Meanwhile, Campbell, they're kind of mired in the middle, but they played the hardest schedule. So I'm going to actually go against the move here, and I'm going to take Campbell. It was a pick 'em or so, but I think we've seen a slight move actually to William and Mary up to 2.5 in a lot of books. So I'm going to grab the couple of points there with Campbell, and I'm also going to go down to Moorhead over Tennessee Tech. The Moorhead's at home here right now. They're favored in this one by I think I want to say 6.5 right now. No, down to 5.5 here. So a little bit of discount on Moorhead here. I think they are the better team in this game. Gonna have to get a little bit of a number here, but I'm going to take Moorhead at home against Tennessee Tech.
And for me, we're going to head. I like Penn State here at home in the spot. I just don't trust Ohio State on the road. Ohio State got themselves a nice win in their last matchup, but like I said, that was on their home court. I don't trust them here in Penn State. I think Penn State goes off and gets themselves a nice win and cover in that matchup. And you know, a team that's been playing pretty well has been Towson, but not here in Delaware. I can't do it. Delaware in the Blue Hens play solid hoops at home, and you're going to give me 2.5 there with a home dog. Just as I said in the morning, home dogs have been the theme here for me today in college basketball action. Give me the Blue Hens there in that one. And then I believe Mr. Wesker's asked about this Hofstra taking on Elon. So I did a quick dive in this Elon taking on Hofstra. I would lean to Hofstra plus the 3.5 there in that matchup. We got a great defensive battle here between these two teams. You look at Hofstra over their last 5, they've been holding teams to 39.5% shooting. Has been this Hofstra team. And then in conference play, hey, they've even got better than that, holding teams to 38.7%. And then you look at Elon, well, they're holding teams to 40.7% shooting. So defensively, this Hofstra team is definitely lights out. But offensively, you got to give it to Elon. At home, on their home court, they're hitting about 47% of their field goals. While you look at Hofstra, they're only hitting about 43%. But over the last 5 games, they've definitely improved. So up to about 68. And you look at what Elon's been doing in conference play, about 72. So this line's pretty close to what the number is. But I think this Hofstra team is going to get up for this game. It's going to come right down to the wire. I can't lean to an under here as well. Lower scoring one. Between these two teams, you look at Hofstra as when they get out on the road after a couple games at home, they definitely tend to go to under games. I think this game is going to be like the first to 60 kind of thing. Wins this 63, 62, 61. I think it's going to be really close. I lean to Hofstra, and I like the under in that matchup as well. And then another one I like here in the spot. I think this is just a total mismatch. Give me UNC Wilmington. I know they're on the road. Look, it's up to 18 in this spot. I had this marked down as a 20. I think it was a lot closer than that this morning, but definitely everybody's jumped on UNC Wilmington for good reason. They are the better team in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at later here. Where is it? That hasn't moved. See, they still got Central Connecticut State there at 4.5. At 4 is a favorite there on the road. They've been playing some good basketball there in that one, but I like LIU. They can play some solid defensive basketball, and they're at home on their home court. 13-8 against that number. Then you get an over possession. Yeah, give me LIU as the home doggy in that one. And then look at FDU. That line's moved up a little bit more, so you got a better line with the Dolphins. Give me Lemoyne. They haven't been the greatest team, but I think there's just too many there in that matchup. I think FDU does win that, but you're getting almost 2 possessions there with Lemoyne. I will take Lemoyne plus the 5.5 there in that matchup. And that wraps up that slate of section of college basketball action. We got a big slate of some more off the board games. So we'll go to, let's see. How about we'll do everything we'll do all the 7:30 games, and then we'll even include the 8 o'clock games. We'll stop at all the 8:30, so everything before 8:30. I'll read them a few off here. We got Tennessee Tech taking on Moorhead State. We got New Mexico State taking on Middle Tennessee. Bellarmine taking on Austin Peay. Southern Utah taking on Texas Arlington. We got the Battle of the Dakotas. We got South Dakota State taking on North Dakota State. We got Liberty heading into Kennesaw State. We got Utah Tech heading into Tarleton State. We got Tennessee State taking on Little Rock. We got ULL taking on Texas State. We got ULM taking on South Alabama. We got UTEP taking on the Miners, taking on Western Kentucky. We got Eastern Kentucky taking on Lipscomb. And we'll stop right there at those set of games. What do you think there in those ones, Ron?
Yeah, I'm gonna look a couple here. The South Alabama Jags. There's just too much offense for them. ULM just can't score, so I'm gonna lay it with the Jags. And you got your hat there, Rod?
Somewhere.
Throw it away because I'm taking Nebraska, and I'll tell you why. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Ivicic is their only pretty much rebounder, the center for Illinois. And that is the biggest edge that Illinois has over Nebraska. And remember, with him out, Underwood's going to have to figure out something on the front line there. So losing that rebound edge is going to be huge. That line's like 4.5 now. Illinois is probably the better team. And if you look at the stats, yeah, a rebound is that big edge. But I'm going to look at Nebraska at home to upset the Illini.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you think there, buddy?
Yeah, I'll look at a couple in this group, Rod. I'll go to UTEP and Western Kentucky. Been kind of a one-sided series between these two teams. Western Kentucky's won and covered 5 straight meetings between the two. It's kind of a close matchup here with Western Kentucky just a slight favorite, but I like that series history here, and I'm going to take Western Kentucky at home here against UTEP and lay the small number, probably sitting there right now about 2.5. It looks like at most of the books right now. And then I'm going to go down to the matchup between Martin and Southeast Missouri here. I'm going to look at the total here in this one. These guys have been kind of going under in their series history as well. 5 straight meetings between the two teams here have gone under, and 8 of the last 9 meetings overall. I like the move here a little bit, and I'm going to take under in Tennessee State, Southeast Missouri. It's actually ticked up a little bit, but I'm still going under 142.5. I'll call it 142.5. Probably get a little better.
And for me in these slate games, I have to go against it. I'm taking Illinois for sure in that one. Even of course you got it. You got it.
He was looking for the hat.
Oh, of course I was. Even with Ivic out for Illinois in that one. Yeah, he has been leading them in rebounds. But you look, there's plenty of other guys on that team that can out rebound this Nebraska team. How many other guys on Nebraska? How many guys over 5 rebounds a game does this Nebraska have on their team? One guy, Berkey is the only guy that I see on this Nebraska team that has anything over 5 rebounds a game, offensively or defensively, all combined. 5.8 is Berkey. Other than that, on this Illinois team, we got plenty of guys. We got Jakutis who can step up. He gets over 5 a game. Boswell gets over 5 a game. White gets over 5 a game. There are plenty of guys on this Illinois team to out rebound this Nebraska team. The problem is this Nebraska team just forgot how to play defense. At home, their numbers have been great. Over the last 5 games, not been good. They're 0-5 straight up, 1-4 against that number, and giving up 50% field goal shooting. Yikes. That's not very good. You're in deep trouble when you're giving up 83.8 points a game in that matchup. Illinois, hey, their defense isn't the super greatest either. They're giving up 79.2 points a game over the last 5. And what's this line at? Exactly at 4. There's no difference on what that line is. You can see where they've made their line, where it's what they've been scoring over their last 5 games. It's about 4-point difference in favor of Illinois defensively. But I think the biggest thing is offensively here. All season long, Nebraska averages 75 points a game offensively, while Illinois scores 85 points offensively. I think it comes down to a late, close game. Nebraska at home, they do keep it close, but when it comes down to the free throws late, I think Illinois pops up and over and wins this game by 8. So I would lay the 4 there in that one. Not taking the extendo. It's not going to be a butt whooping. It's a pretty good one. Should be a good one in Nebraska there tonight. So definitely, I wish I was there because it gave me a great one there. I kind of lead to an over. I think we see some scoring. As I said, those defensive numbers are pretty good. What's the total at 155? They're expecting some offense there in that one, are the books. All right, another one I like here in the spot. Definitely not my greatest spot or my favorite spot, but you know what? Liberty's been playing some pretty good hoops, but don't count out Kennesaw State. They're a solid basketball team, as I said. Theme, home dogs. Kennesaw State, you're going to give me over possession with the Kennesaw State team that travel. They've been out there. They played some solid teams. they went out and played the Anteaters in a tournament up here in Lethbridge, Canada, not too long ago. In that one, solid team, 12-5 against the number. I like what I've seen from Kennesaw State. You're going to give me 3.5 for the home dog. I'll take the home dog in Kennesaw State in that matchup. And then the Battle of the Dakotas, you got South Dakota State and the Jackrabbits taking on the Bisons. Give me the over. It's a 156. I think it's ticked up a couple from where it was this morning. Then we got a track meet in the Dakotas there. Should be a good one there between the South Dakota, between the Jackrabbits and the Bison. Who get the win? I think I'd have to lean to the dog there in that one. But I like the over as the play. All right, let's finish the rest of the slate. Some couple games late. We'll start. We got Hawaii. Who's Hawaii placed? And I'm gonna have to switch the page.
UCSD.
Oh, the Titans. UC San Diego. The Titans. The bailout game. I think it was at 7 last time I seen that number. And then we got Seattle taking on Grand Canyon. We got Oregon taking on UCLA. Portland taking on Loyola Marymount. We got Abilene Christian taking on Cal Baptist. Speaking of the Anteaters, they're heading to Long Beach to take on the Beach. In that matchup, we got Pepperdine taking on San Diego. We got UC Davis taking on UC Riverside. CSU Northridge heading into Santa Barbara, taking on UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos in action. Washington State taking on Pacific. We got Cal Poly heading to Bakersfield, taking on CSU there. Big game there in Memphis. Tulane. I wonder if Memphis can hold on to the ball because we know what they love to do. Here, you want it? Here. Wait, I'm supposed to keep this. Wait, baby. I'm not supposed to turn the ball over so much. And that one, we got Eastern Washington taking on Idaho State. Idaho and the Idaho Vandals taking on Weber State. Kansas State and the Roos heading to Denver. And then we got Sacramento State taking on Montana State. Portland State taking on Montana. The Grizzlies in that one. Cleveland State taking on IPFW. And then we got SIU Edwardsville taking on Linwood. And then we got Tennessee Martin taking on Southeast Missouri State. That wraps up all those late slate action. It's the off-the-board slate of the other conferences that a lot of people don't follow, but we do here, so let's get to it. What do you think here in those ones? We're going to go and start at the other end. We'll start with Ramon first. What do you think here in those ones, Ramon?
Yeah, head out to Big Sky Country, Rod, and take a look at the game you mentioned between Idaho and Weber tonight. Idaho has the better cover numbers here, but Weber's dominated these guys. The line's actually gone down to 2. They've won 9 of the last 10 meetings against them right now. I can't sell you on the stats with Weber. They're just 5-12 against the spread, but they've gotten these guys quite a bit. And I'm going to lay 2 points with Weber tonight. Pepperdine and San Diego, maybe I'm going against the move here. This one, the total keeps moving up, and I'm not so sure. USD has had some problems in scoring. They should find it a little bit smoother sailing, or at least be competitive in this game with Pepperdine. It's kind of an ugly game, actually, and that's why I've got it to go under here in this one, Rod. It's gone up here from 147 to 149. That's good enough for me. I think most of the power ratings out there have this one well under it, so I'm piling on a little bit, I feel like, here with under with Pepperdine and USD.
Heading on over to Ron, what do you think there in those slate of college basketball action?
Yeah, in the late slate, I got my NCAA 3-point play. If you like that high tide win last night, get on it, and we're going to get you another one tonight. For these games, I'm going to look at the Summit League. Let me Kansas City. That's just a mismatch. Rebounding, defense, no defense for Denver. I'm going to take the Roos in that one. And looking at Cal Poly and Bakersfield, Cal Poly, no defense, turns the ball over consistently, no rebounding. And the only thing I worry about is that Bakersfield line is only 4, but I'm still going to roll with it. So give me Bakersfield in that one.
And for me, a couple here in the spot. I like UCLA here in the spot in that matchup. UCLA is starting to turn things around, and they play their better defense at home. We've seen all season long. So they're starting to be able to shoot the ball, get their confidence back offensively. Their defensive play has always been solid at home. So give me UCLA there in that one. I think they win by 6 to 8 points in that matchup. And then I'm looking at give me Pacific here in this matchup. It's a spot that Pacific steps up. They step up against the solid teams. Washington State, I like betting at home. They've just been pounding teams at home. But out on the road, hasn't been as solid for this Washington State team. Pacific steps up. They're 12-1 in this spot versus teams that are scoring more than 77 points a game. So give me Pacific plus the points in that one. And in the bailout game, you know what? We've seen the Tritons get tritoned by their own game their last time out because they didn't look good. They were awful in that game. And I know everyone's like, oh, they flew to Hawaii. Nothing like a little bit of R&R to get you right. And nothing about taking a Hawaii team out in a track meet and out-dueling them. I like the Tritons in that one. I got them by 10 plus in the bailout game of the night. Man, that was a late one. It's like midnight for me. It's late one. That wraps up the college basketball slate of the evening card. All right, let's head on over to the ice. We'll skate on over there. A few games on the board there. As I said, we've now got some news. So we'll split it up right down the middle. We'll do all the 7 p.m. Eastern games, which include Chicago taking on Carolina, Winnipeg taking on Boston, LA taking on Tampa Bay, the Wild heading to Montreal in the second half of back-to-back there, and then the Capitals heading into the capital city of Canada in Ottawa, taking on the Sens in that matchup. What do you think there in those slated games there, Ron?
Now I got my slap shot play the night. Lost it last night. Thank you, Sidney Crosby, once again with Utah. But we're going to get it back tonight, so you can get that right now if you want that one. We're going to look at the Boston Bruins. Nice dog at home. I know it's Korpisalo and net, right? But I still like Boston here coming against Winnipeg. And let's see, Fleury's last game at the Bell Center. You think he's going to want to show out? I think Montreal shows up. Give me Montreal in that one.
Hang on over, Ramon. What do you think of these slate of games tonight?
Yeah, Rod, I'll try one here in the first slate. I guess the Kings got shut out last night. I guess argument would be, hey, they'll come out firing, but if Vasilevsky is in there tonight, could be a low-scoring game. Rittich is in there. I believe he's likely to play tonight. He's been okay. I'm going to have to go under again, Rod. I might be cheating here going under with these Kings right now, but I'm going to go under in their matchup with the Lightning tonight against Vasi.
Yeah, and look at that one. For me, I'm going to go I hope he just doesn't. It's Rittich in goal in that one. It's confirmed for the Kings. So it is Rittich there. Vasilevsky, I think it is Vasilevsky in that matchup. But either way, the Kings, they haven't fared so well in O'Malley Arena. They're 0-8 in their last 8 trips into O'Malley Arena in that matchup. So give me Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay on the puck line. I think they beat up on the Kings. As I said, it's just the Kings just been tough finding goals. I believe in the last 6 been tough finding goals for the Kings. Just been a tough slate of the schedule, as we've seen. They've been overachieving. Give them credit for how far they've gotten without their big defenseman. And then we know he just got back, but it's kind of like that relief. Your big defenseman come back, you get a little bit of relief. You played a lot of road games. For the
they got cold in January, late January. They got cold, man.
Yeah.
Time.
So they got beat up in that one. So I think it continues there. Give me the Lightning in that matchup. And then looking at the Blackhawks taking on Carolina, we know what the Blackhawks do following a win. It's awful. I think it's 1-23 following a win. They're not good. And then on another one, if you believe in those trends, it's Thursday. So the Blackhawks are 0-14 on Thursdays. So another trend against the Blackhawks. So give me the Blackhawks plus the puck and a half here in that one. I cannot lay that kind of price with Carolina. We just seen these two teams not that long ago. And what was the score? 4-3. It took Carolina overtime to get the win in that matchup. I know it's Soderblom in net. And you know what? When you look at what Soderblom's been doing over his last few, he hasn't been horrible. He still has a sub-3 goals against average on the year. He is 7-11. He's got a 9-10 save percentage. He's got a save percentage that's better than a lot of goalies in the league. So I know I've been hard on Soderblom plenty of times with good reason. But I've seen some slight improvement in his game. I just don't want to lay that price. So all the values there, taking the Blackhawks plus the puck and a half at the nice plus price. Kochetkov going for Carolina in that matchup. And then you look at Washington heading into Ottawa in that matchup. You're back and forth. I'm still waiting for a confirmation, but I really think it's Lindgren. Why? Because I think you want Thompson going against Hellebuck. on Saturday night. That's the matchup going forward. Washington has to head into Winnipeg following their game here tonight versus Ottawa. And you look what Forsberg's doing for this Ottawa team. Man, he's sub 2 goals against average over his last 3. I've been a little bit hard on Forsberg, too. I know I have. I'm like, man, you've been a dumpster fire. And, well, guess what? He's picked up his game sub 2. Give me Ottawa there in that matchup. And then just as Ron alluded to, Fleury in goal for the Minnesota Wild in that matchup. And guess what? He gets to take on the undefeated rookie in Montreal. Jacob Dodds getting the start there for Montreal in that one. And the last game, he did let up some goals. So his goals against isn't as pretty as what it was when he first started. But he still, when all the dust was settled after giving up a few goals, he still got the win. But for me in that one, it's just the complete dominance of the Wild over Montreal. 17-1 in the last 18 meetings is this Minnesota Wild team over Montreal. I got to take Marc-Andre Fleury in his last game. It's just those points. Every time we see one of these milestones for Fleury in these big games, he gets up and wins these games. So I got
hometown boy. Yep.
Yeah, I got to take the Fleury in that matchup. And then I agree. Give me Boston, even with Korpisalo there in goal. It's just one of those spots. That price doesn't look right, and it hasn't all day. So I really didn't care who was in goal. I was on Boston and the dog. Boston's improved their play a little bit, and they do always play their better hockey at home. So give me the Bruins there in that matchup. All right, on to the last slate of 5 we got going. We got the Islanders, hot Islanders team heading into Philadelphia, looking to get a win there in that matchup. We got the Ducks heading into Calgary. We got Detroit heading into Edmonton. Supposedly, I've seen the dumbest chart of the day. Let you look at this Detroit team. Hey, they have not lost to the Oilers heading into Edmonton on the 30th ever in the history of the Red Wings facing Detroit. So, hey, there you go. It's one of those. But trends are made to be broken, so we'll look at that one. We got Columbus heading into Vegas, and we got the Sharks taking on Seattle in that matchup. Battle of the sea-dwelling creatures in that matchup. So it'll be a good one to end the night in the NHL slate. Heading on over to Ron. What do you think there in those ones?
Well, you see the hat. Give me Fedotov, the big iron giant right there in net. Let's go with the Flyers at home as a dog. And, we were talking about earlier, certain days of the week or days of the month or year that you never lose. In fact, the Cleveland Indians were like August 10th. They hadn't lost in 20 years. So it's ridiculous. But yeah, remember that when it comes around MLB season. Looking at Detroit, I want the puck line in that one. Hopefully it's not gotten too out of hand, but definitely want the puck line. Detroit plus 1.5 covers 69% of the time on the road on the puck line. So give me the Detroit Red Wings in that one.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you think of those 5 games?
I'll just piggyback off of what Ron said for my pick in this group, Ron, with Fedotov came in, did a nice job yesterday after the Flyers were up against, they were already done by that time, and came in and looked better. He's looked better of late as well. And yeah, I mean, the Islanders are riding this hot hand. I'm not going against Ron here. I'm actually going with the under, but it's been, Sorokin super hot as well as this team kind of spurring them along on this great winning streak right now. So I have to go under the 5.5 Rod with the Islanders and the Flyers. Series history too is an under 12 of the last 17, 6 of the last 8. So give me the under, Islanders and Flyers.
Yeah, I kind of lean to an under there myself as well. But for me, I like the Flyers. Give me the home dog there in that matchup. We know the Islanders have been hot, but this Flyers team, hey, it's just one of those spots that they got beat down. And you look at teams that have been beat down in the month of January. There's a few teams that have been beat down by 3+ goals. But what have they done following game? They bounced back. Those teams that have been beat down by 3+ goals, they're 9-3 so far in January. So I keep riding those teams that, hey, it's kind of like the pride thing that, man, we got whooped that game, boys. Come on, let's get it back to it. Let's go. Let's play some good hockey. And yeah, this goalie that's in there for the Flyers, he has been getting beat down himself. So I think the team gets up for him there. Give me the Flyers in that matchup. I agree with Ron's hat in that one. And then the Red Wings, you know what the Oilers do? The most out of everybody. They lose that first period. They love to be back against the wall against these teams that you figure that they should come out and kick the crap out of. Always. I've seen it so many times. They love to get themselves down and behind the 8 ball early. They do it over and over and over again. Give me the Red Wings in the first period. You get a nice little plus price on the Red Wings money line in that matchup. And then the Ducks heading into Calgary. The mismatch is Gibson taking on Wolf, and that's why the price is the way it is for Calgary at minus 180. They are the better team, so I'd have to look at the Calgary Flames from the puck line in that one. I just can't back Gibson. If it was Dostal in there, Dostal's been making us some money for the Ducks. I'm sorry, the Ducks. You won 3 straight. You played some good hockey. I think it ends here versus Calgary tonight in that matchup with Gibby going in that one. Here's a dog for you, though. It looks like Samsonov's getting the start in Vegas, and he's been all right for Vegas. I won't go completely against him that he hasn't been completely dumpstery, but look at that save percentage. Remember I said about save percentages? We got some goalies that with a better save percentage than what Samsonov got. I think he's been lucky that he hasn't found a team that can score some goals, that plays loosey-goosey. And who's the team that loves to score some goals? It's Columbus. They got nothing to lose here. This is like a Super Bowl. They come into Vegas and beat Vegas.
Man, they're hot.
And they're hot.
They're hot.
Scoring goals.
7-2 last 9.
Yeah. Vegas not hot. You're going to give me almost 2 times my money. I have to take the shot. I wouldn't even blame you if you want to take the plus 1.5 with Columbus. It's almost even money there in that one as well with the plus 1.5. But I'm going to take Columbus on the money line to get the win over Vegas. And then look at the San Jose taking on Seattle. I think we see some goals in that one. Give me the over 6 in that matchup. It looks like it's Askarov going, I believe. Yeah, he was one of the only goals that confirmed. It's the Cord going for the Kraken in that one. And I really do think we see some goals. Sharks have been giving up some goals. Seattle's been giving up some goals. I think we easily see plenty of offensive numbers in that one. Give me the over between those two. And that wraps up the hockey segment of things. All right, now ahead and we'll do the parlay or prop or game in the future. The Capper will make the choice whenever they decide to head on over to you. And then they'll let you know what they got going over at Tony's Picks. As you know, our best bets and premium picks are available. Hit the link in the description. That'll get you right on over there. And you can find those over at Tony's Picks. Heading on over to Ron. What do you got for everybody today?
The NBA play of the day and the NHL play of the day and NCAAB play of the day. You know, the 2 NBA lost with Denver last night. And, of course, NHL lost with the Utah Hockey Club. We're going to bounce back hard today, so you can get those right now at Tony'sPicks.com. Make sure you use that code TonyT at checkout for your 15% off. For my parlay, I'm going to look at in college basketball, we're going to go with the Seattle Redhawks. I love that team, plus 9 there. And then in the NBA, I'm going to go with the Memphis Grizzlies, minus the 4.5, 5, whatever you can get. And then in the Hockey League, we're going to go with these Flyers right here, plus money.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think here for us, Ramon?
Yeah, I missed my parlay by 1 point last night, but that's all right. Maybe I can hit this. I hope
close, wasn't it? It was so close.
You know what? But I read you guys gave me the stats. We are good on Thursday, so this one here. I'm gonna go to Idaho State tonight against Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington's had their number, but Idaho State looking pretty good, 10-5 against the spread this season. Eastern Washington 4-11 against the spread as a dog. I'm gonna lay the points here with Idaho State tonight. They are laying 0.7 now. It did go up, but I'm willing to take Idaho State here in this one. Then I'm going to move to the matchup between Irvine at Long Beach. Irvine laying 17, laying a big number here at the beach, but I think we've seen right now the beach is out at the beach, I think, right here. Down to 16 points, big number, but Irvine sitting atop the standings right now. They're on a great roll here in conference play, so I'm going to take Irvine there tonight. Oh, and here's the one I missed. Sorry about that, guys. Back up a couple notches, though, to Sacramento State as my team against Montana State. They're getting a big number here, 10.5 points, but Sacramento State's actually won 6 of the last 7 meetings. So give me the Hornets tonight against Montana State. So that's Idaho State, Sac State, and Irvine. You can catch my college basketball plays at tonyspicks.com. I got a big pack for this big card tonight. I'm also rolling my featured pack, I think, in the NHL. I'm 10-6 since I came back to the site on the ice, so I think that's where my best groove is right now. And also got my $19 best bet with my NBA feature. So check us out over at tonyspicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15%. Thursdays, we're great, Rod.
Nice. And for me here at tonight, we got I got a 3-pack in college basketball. I've got my NHL sniper play. We're going for our 5th straight NHL sniper play on that one. So definitely head on over to Tony's Picks and scoop that up. That's my $19 best bet in the NHL. I got my NBA drop a dime play. Love that play as well. 6-2 and run on it. So definitely scoop it up. And then, as I said, 3-pack of college basketball. A couple of more plays in the college basketball slate of things for long-term subscribers. That is the best way to go. Hit the link, head on over to Tony's Picks, and use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. And hey, take advantage of the 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. You can't go wrong having 2 cappers putting money in your pockets. As you can see, the leaderboards over there have been hot. I'm not the only capper that's been hot over at Tony's Picks. So pick your 2 favorite pet cappers and take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Oh, wait, I forgot my parlay. All right, wait, I got a parlay. Where is it? Big parlay tonight. Here it is. We're going to go on the ice with the parlay. Because I missed the hockey videos, I found a nice little dog parlays. Well, we threw in a couple favorites there as well, but I like this. Normally, I'm doing 3 teams only, but I'm doing a 5-teamer. $10 will get you 500. We're going to kick it off. I like the dog. Going with the Bruins on the money line. Take the Tampa Bay Lightning. You can throw them on the money line in the parlay. Take the Ottawa Senators to beat Charlie Lindgren and company. In that one, take the Flyers to beat the Islanders. And then take the big dog, the Columbus Blue Jackets on the money line in that one. And give you like a plus 4,800 in that one. And they said $10 to get you almost close to $500. Worth a shot for a sprinkle. Can't go wrong with that. That's what I do with a parlay. You got to go take a shot. But don't go crazy with the parlays, I'm telling you. That's not how to win long-term. Singly is the way to go, as Higgs reminds us in the morning show. It's nothing like putting 3 teams together to go 2-1, right? I think it was his favorite saying.
That's it.
It is.
Hey, 1 and 2 out of 3, and you don't parlay them, you're winning. So hey.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want singles, if you want singles up, but either way, I'm going to put a sprinkle on that. It's $20.
Ace, I like Penn State. I like Penn State tonight.
Right, I like Penn State as well. I didn't quite make the premium, but because I didn't get the 2.5 number, I wanted the 2.5. I'm where it opened at, and then just, of course, people bet it up where it is now. So, all righty, that wraps up the Thursday slate of the happy hour. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody that tunes into these shows. Everybody in the chat there, Ace, Ron
Nunya in there.
Even Ron Hahn doing double duty. He got him working in the morning.
Yeah, Ron Hahn had a parlay in there too. I think he had Memphis. What was it?
Did he have Let me see.
Illinois, Memphis.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And something else. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can.
Portland.
If I can
Yeah.
shout him out too. 4-1 yesterday on the site. Good job, Ron.
Good job there.
Good job, Ron. Shout out Ron Hahn. He's over there as well. Ninos is in there. Traffic's no good. That means he's stuck in traffic. That's why you don't see him there.
Is Bob in there? That's the question.
No, Bob was up early. Bob must be having a nap. So yeah, shout out to Bob. We had Bob up early on the morning
Don't
show.
be like that.
Normally, yeah, he popped into the morning show.
Oh, wait a minute, Chris Atkins. Yeah. We got a birthday hockey.
And then Chris
McTavish.
Late his birthday pick of the day is McTavish. Craig McTavish's son in Calgary, and that one for the Ducks. So.
Does he wear a headgear?
Sound old, Ron.
Well, I know, right? Craig McTavish's son. I'm sounding old. Definitely. As long as he doesn't follow in the footsteps of his dad and pull out Harvey's tongue.
AOD.
We're good there, right? So don't follow in the footsteps of your dad, and definitely don't be like Bob.
Don't be
Have
like Bob.
yourselves a good day, everybody.
Have a great one, guys.
Catch you on Friday. TGIF, have a good one.